Hey gang, happy Wednesday. Let's talk about the reasons why you may be burning less calories than you think. So I get a common question amongst clients who come in, particularly one client who does a lot of yard work. He has a huge yard, backyard, downhill, leads to a river, bunch of landscaping that needs to be done, and he does it all himself. And has been doing this for years and years as his aerobic activity. And he breaks a sweat, and he said he's huffing and puffing, and he feels like it's such a good workout, so he doesn't understand why we need to incorporate short bursts of other aerobic activity in addition to his yard work, which he does anywhere from once or twice a week. He doesn't understand why we can't substitute those 2 yard work sessions as for his programmed aerobic activity that I give to him to do on his own. Well, this leads into my topic for today, the reasons why you may be burning less calories than you think. And basically it's the first reason is you never switch things up. So your body is very smart. Your body always wants to expend the least amount of energy possible doing the thing. Research upon research proves this, that basically our body is sort of lazy in that aspect and very smart in that when you continually do the same activity or the same motions of movement, your body will become efficient and learn how to do those moves or that movement or that energy or that work with burning less calories, with burning less energy or requiring less energy. That's why you sometimes hear that a lot of people say you should switch your programs up every 4 to 6 weeks. You should always keep your body guessing. That is the whole basis on programming, like with CrossFit. Their whole basis is constantly switching up the routine for muscle confusion so that you can prevent this, what's called muscle adaptation. But that's the number one reason you never switch things up. So because my client has been doing the yard work for years and years, it's the same types of moves, it's the same type of calorie expenditure, it's the same type of work required. So his body has just become efficient. And this is just the same like with myself, doing triathlon for a lot of years, doing tons of biking, teaching spin for over 10 years, running for over 15 years. My body is very efficient at burning calories when I do those things, even though I'm doing it for long duration and it feels hard. And to me, it's still hard. It's more mentally hard than it is physically. My body is very, very efficient. So what I need to do constantly is mix things up to shock my body. So you never switch things up. This is why. Your body can totally tell. And when your body gets used to a certain type of exercise, the amount of calories you burn initially from when you first started doing that thing, they won't be the same after you've been doing the same routine, even for like 10, 15, 20 times. Every time your body does that same routine, yard work, running, biking, swimming, a particular Zumba class, a body pump class, your body will then hold on to the calories or just become more efficient, and then you'll burn less and less over time. So again, to prevent this from happening, you need to change up your workouts every couple of weeks. You should also incorporate some type of aerobic training with strength training, and then you can even take those two things, cardio, aerobic work, and strength training work, and then include interval training with that. You can even do high intensity intervals with your weights. A lot of people think that high intensity intervals are only like biking or running sprints on the treadmill or doing burpees and lots of plyometrics, and this is not the case at all. You can get a lot more bang for your buck if you incorporate high intensity interval training with your strength training. So you just have to keep things new and excited. So that's the major first reason why you think that you are burning more calories than you are, because you're never changing your routine. Another thing is that the cardio machines or even your Apple Watches, you are coming out with these calorie expenditure readouts, and especially with a cardio machine like a treadmill or elliptical, it may say like after 45 minutes on the elliptical, you burn like 800 calories. Well, I hear this all the time. My clients like, what the elliptical said I burned 500 calories in 45 minutes. And even though I was just going very slow and steady state, I was watching a show on my iPhone, or I'm flipping through a magazine. Well, The machines are programmed to give estimates on how much calories you're burning. They're very, very rough. They have no idea about you, that person, unique person, a unique body on that machine, your size, your weight, your body fat, or your exertion level. So the machines are basically only accounting for how fast you're going. And they provide a very, very inaccurate estimate of how many calories you're burning. So never go by the calorie expenditure on the machine. So that's another reason why you may be burning a lot less or calories than you think you are. Another common reason is that you spend most of your day sitting. So you may burn a lot of calories during an actual workout, and then maybe you really go gung-ho for that hour and you burn a ton of calories, but then you spend the rest of the day sitting at a desk all day where you're sedentary, or you're a weekend warrior and you hit it hard for 1 or 2 hours doing that crazy workout at the gym or outdoor, and then you spend your rest of your weekend lounging. And you're not burning really any more calories beyond your workout because you're so wiped from that 1 or 2 hours of grueling, excessive activity that then you just spend the rest of your days all day sitting. So what this leads to, because people think they're doing 1 or 2 hard hours several times a week, they consider it extremely active, especially when my clients go to log their food in MyFitnessPal or an app. And basically, but it's a wrong assumption, because extremely active on an app considers someone that's active throughout the entire day, whereas your extremely active may be only 1 or 2 hours several times a week. But the app doesn't assume that you're sitting all day. It assumes that you're active throughout the entire day. So again, this can cause you to overestimate the amount of calories that you're burning. And then if you use that calorie burn to adjust the calories that you take in, that again will lead you up to failure, because you're not burning as much as you think you are, but then the app gives you that number, and then you're eating extra according to that number that you think you've burned, and then you're not in a deficit overall. And so that can interfere with goals. So again, if you work with me, I help you with that, because we do not count activity into your daily calories and macros that you eat. I do not count whatever you want to do as exercise. We fuel for that, but we do not program or adjust your calorie intake to include a surplus of calories to accommodate your activity. So that's another reason. Also, what we can come into problems is that pre and post workout snacks can be like calorie catastrophes, just because you think you're mentally gonna really hit a hard workout, and so you eat a high calorie snack, maybe a fruit and nut bar, a granola bar, a bag of trail mix, and basically you go into your workout and you hit it hard for that hour, and then after you're done, you're actually either in a same state of calorie balance as you were before you did the workout, or you could even be in a calorie surplus, because maybe you didn't burn as much calories in that class as you thought you would, and you had already eaten this high calorie snack. So you should think about, before you reach for any kind of pre and post workout snacks, you should think about the workout that you're going to do and its intensity and its duration, and that should kind of dictate if you're going to eat a snack or not. So typically, carbohydrates like a banana or a 150 calorie protein bar can be ideal for an hour workout. For a post-workout snack, you can do a protein smoothie or an apple with some peanut butter, very low level, not a lot of food. And again, I always tell my clients, listen to your body, let your body be the guide. If you're not hungry, don't eat. But if you ask yourself the question, in an hour, when I'm going to be doing this high intensity class, how do I think I will be? Am I sort of hungry now, so that if I don't eat and then I go do this hour class, I'm going to be ravenous after the class is done? Or I'm going to be so low energy that I'm not going to be able to provide the amount of effort and energy required in that class? Then you should eat something. But if you sit down and your class is going to happen in an hour, and you really ask yourself, how do I feel right now hunger wise, on a scale of 1 ravenous or not hungry at all to 10 hangry, how do I feel? And if you're like, you know, I feel okay. I'm not hungry. How do I feel an hour from now? And no, I'm good. I had lunch 30 minutes ago. It was a good solid lunch of a good balance of protein, carbs, and fats, and I feel good about it. And I feel like I'll be prepared for my 1 hour class, and then go from there. So always check in. That goes back to something I've been talking a lot about throughout the trainings. Talking about a philosophy that these two doctors, Jade and Keone Tita, stress about keeping your hunger in check, your heck in check. And their book, Lose Weight Here, is kind of tells you how you kind of check in with yourself with this heck and checking your heck scale to kind of determine when you should eat and what kind of things you eat. And then another big reason that you're not burning a lot of calories as you might have thought is you've already lost weight. Maybe you lost some weight. So basically, no matter what, it's just black and white science. Once you've lost weight, your body needs less calories to do the everyday activities and less calories to lose more weight. It's just that's how your metabolism affects. A smaller body requires less calories to do work as a larger body. So someone who is overweight, like a healthy, maybe they're losing, like they're overweight and they go about their day doing their daily activities, right? So that extra weight is actually more stress on the body. So it requires more energy for them to do the daily activities like housework, grocery shopping, driving, taking the stairs to the office. So basically, now when that same overweight person loses weight, say they lose, 30 pounds, 20 pounds, their total calories to do the regular daily activities, like how we talked about housework, grocery shopping, driving, is going to be less than they were 20, 30 pounds heavier. That's just the way it works. So that's why a lot of people get into plateaus. When you lose weight, you're going to lose weight. You may be working in a calorie deficit to help you lose the weight while exercising. Eventually your body will come into a steady state and you'll plateau. And then you have to reevaluate, right? So most people fall prey into this. Then they hit a plateau, they eat less, they exercise more. This is where the whole crazy diet culture comes in, where we've been brainwashed to think you have to eat less and exercise more to lose weight. So you say the same overweight person loses 20 pounds, easy, because they're new to fitness, they've never been a long time dieter, they fall victim to this exercise, eat more, less. In a month, 2 months, they're on it, they're eating less, they're exercising more, they drop 20 pounds like that. Their body adjusts. Now they want to lose another 5, 10 pounds. They keep up with the same thing, they're going to plateau. Eating the same calories, exercising the same amount as when they were 20 pounds heavier, they plateaued. Where do they go? They think they have to eat even less and exercise even more. And then that may get them over the next hump of 5 pounds, a 5 pound loss, like another 5 pound loss or so, and then they're going to plateau again, and then they get into this vicious cycle of then they realize then they have to eat even less, and then they have to exercise even more, and then you get to a point of diminishing returns where you can only eat so little and exercise so much in a day, and then it drives you bonkers. So those were top 3 common reasons on why you may be burning less calories than you think. There is so many different ways to finagle the system, and my training philosophy always includes strength training and moderation in terms of diet and manipulation of your food and your manipulation of your strength training component in order to provide you long-lasting, sustainable, and well-balanced results. So if this interests you, shoot me a message. I hope this was helpful. But again, if you are a long-time exerciser and are not sure where to go in terms of trying to shock your body because you've become, like myself, metabolically efficient, I would really urge you to look at including some high-intensity strength training into your routine. The last thing you want to do is manipulate your food to eat any less calories if you're already sort of eating a balanced diet. And the last thing, again, I would also urge you to do is increase your cardio. Instead, again, I cannot urge you more. Look at high intensity interval training for about 2 weeks to start with, 2 to 4 weeks, no more than that, and incorporate that a few times a week using weights, because muscle is give you the biggest bang for your buck. Happy Wednesday, gang. Take care. Aloha.